So do you think there's a difference in like the same archetype, like a male founder, like product manager, and a female product manager, and their propensity, or um, like not ability? I don't think it's an ability thing. It's a um, just like the feeling of freedom. Just like what I guess my point is, I think these two similar archetypes. One is going to go start a company more often than the other, and how do we change that? And fundraising, we've obviously talked about, but I think there's other issues too.
Totally. So I think that this goes back to societal norms. Um, and the so you've heard the saying, teach a man to fish, that sort of thing. Um, but what we don't do is we never give those people who we're teaching to fish a fishing pole. We never give them the resources to actually, yeah, we can teach them, but they're still not going to catch any fish without a fishing pole. They're still not going to catch any fish without fish being being located near a river, right? And so having the resources in addition to teaching them allows that to happen. And what we've done with girls and boys, or men and women, is that we've given resources and we've taught men traditionally, because that's been the archetype, to go and do these things. And we've taught them and they've practiced to go and have confidence in themselves that they can go and build a company and achieve great things. But there aren't very many women who we've taught that to. And there are lots more coming and growing and changing. And I'm so excited to see the world that we're going to live in when we give fishing poles and we move them towards a river so that they can catch fish on their own. And the more and more we see that, the more and more women you can empower to do it again.
So we've talked a little bit about being a female founder, right? And you're obviously a female founder and a founder of color, and both are minorities in the world that we live in. What are some, I guess, pieces of advice that you would give, not just on the gender side, but on the side to minorities starting companies? How would you motivate that next wave? Like, what are the ways that you would say this is the way we can level the playing field, or we can give opportunity equally, etc.?
I think that it's very much, no matter what kind of minority you are, the rules of the game haven't changed yet. And so it's giving brown people, Black people, women, it's giving Indigenous people, it's giving all people with disabilities, it's giving all of those people the confidence and the resources and the support to go and do this monumental activity. And then helping them to really understand, hey, yes, we want to be better in the future, but here are all the rules as the world exists now. So let's teach you what those are so that you can get in and then change the rules change the rules after you're in, right? Because we need people to actually be in to make the new patterns and then can change the game for the rest. We need those pioneers. And so I found that it has been a bit easier for me because, like you said, people are inherently lazy. And there are a lot of check boxes that my career has checked off, right? So I studied business. I studied CS. I've worked at FANG companies. I live in the Valley. I have worked in a particular space that is very valuable and is growing exponentially. I've achieved some results, and in all of those combinations of things, I check a lot of boxes for people. And so you can either change the criteria, or you can check off those boxes. And so with those boxes comes a lot of privilege. There are others that I don't check. I didn't go to an Ivy League school. I didn't come from someone my parents aren't in tech. So I had to build all the relationships myself. But like the more check boxes you have, the more privilege you have, the easier it will be to align yourself with the patterns that already exist so that you can change them, whether you just upfront change the criteria or you change yourself to meet the criteria.